guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of Eastside Hockey Manager. It sounds a little different. It's because I'm sitting in my basement with my laptop in my lap, recording from that rather than up in my office. Friday afternoon. Just feel like sitting downstairs doing some recording rather than being in my office. So I simmed ahead to February 24th, and it hasn't been great. The reality is we sit in 8th place. We're 4-5-1 in our last 10. We've lost 4 games in a row. We're in decent shape in terms of making the playoffs, but not great. Not great. It has not been a good stretch for us. A lot of players were in the Olympics, which is why this is all shut down here. We need to get everybody back. Zaka, Lauko, Galimov. I have 22 players dressed. Where are we over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7 defensemen dressed. Bench Vlasic, and we have to undress 1 player. Tactics. We got to go back and reset our lines. It's Pasta, Zaka, and Konechny. Patra, Strome, and I don't remember who was on the second line at this point. Galimov, yeah. Perfetti, Marchand, and I think Lauko was on the 4th line. And that leaves Tolvanen. I think that's what we're going to go with because I just don't remember. Marchand will go there. Strome will go there. Our defense is all jacked up too. Chikrin, McAvoy, Lowry, and Lindholm. So we got McAvoy here. No, we're gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna stick with Lowry on the power play. McAvoy. All right, so it's the 24th, and I don't really know what we need. The reality is that we're not. We're pretty well rounded. I think we're okay up the middle. I would say maybe on the left side, but Lauko is our 4th line forward. I don't know. Marchand's been really bad, but the ratings are still there, so I don't know that we need a whole lot. If we go maybe into a little bit more in depth here, PK 72%, middle of the pack, power plays 23, which is above average. Yeah, I don't know. Let's. Do we have anybody that we aren't going to re-sign? Maybe we can start there. I don't want to trade Drury. Is there anybody in Providence? We may not make any moves here this year, guys. Maybe offer up a Brett Harrison or Beecher. Yeah, the game doesn't like Beecher at all, but maybe. Does anybody have any interest in Beecher? No one has any interest in Beecher. All right. What about Harrison? Just out of curiosity. Okay, well, there is some interest in Harrison. So if we go here, a 3rd round pick, a 3rd and a 4th, so we can go ahead and cancel that one immediately. 3rd and a 4th, 3rd and a 3rd. Two-thirds from Chicago, but they're one of the better teams in the league right now. 2 fourths from Colorado. 3rd and a 4th from Columbus. Yeah, everybody wants to give us 2 draft picks, which, I'm not entirely against, but I don't know that we're going to be making any moves. I think we may run with what we have and hope that it's enough. Yeah, it's just a bunch of third round. Seattle, Toronto, Vancouver. Ooh, a second? I mean, a second and a third for Harrison may not be bad. That might be the way we go. Nizev. Meh. I mean, he looks all right. So the game doesn't like this at all. Okay, well, then we're just going to reject it. We can, however, do this and set player status. This player is on the block. Marchand on the block. Sarabrayakov, because he hasn't been good. He has not been good. So what kind of offers can we get for him? Milker Thielen. I don't have any information on him, so that doesn't really do anything for me. There's a 20-year-old left wing. 19-year-old. Again, I don't have any scouting information on these guys, so it's hard for me to just okay this. Poirier, a 24-year-old goalie. Meh. He's already below average. 2/4 and some filler. Yeah, I don't know. Ishakov, 3 stars. I was hopeful that there was he's okay. Anderson Dolan's okay. Oh, that that tricked me there. Elias Peterson. Meh. And Suzdalev looks all right. Looks like he's going to be a pretty good forward, but yeah, I don't know. Nothing really there. Nothing really there that piques my interest too much. What we will do, though, is player status. We will put him on the block and see if we can get an offer. But yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot. I mean, we have our seventh defenseman is Vlasic. We've got Drury. We don't really have another forward. I mean, we could dip down into Providence if we needed, to call up Lysel, who would probably be that first man up. Harrison, Beecher. On the back end, we've got Brunette. We've got Svedback if we have a goalie that gets hurt. Somebody wants Jackson Edward. I don't know why. Who wants Jackson Edward? Scranton Wilkes-Barre. Okay. Yeah, I don't know that we're going to make any trades unless we get offered something, because there's not going to be much on the block. There usually isn't. Yeah, I mean, there's not really anything on the trade block. So let's just sim ahead. We have Detroit, and there is a victory, 4-2. Zaka, Strome, Patra, Lauko. What I want to do is keep an eye on players that are being, trade offers that are being made, because that might be an opportunity to sneak in and snag somebody. So I'm going to sim up to the deadline, and then I'll sim to the end of the regular season offline, and then I'll come back and, assuming I make the postseason, we'll come back and we'll do the postseason. I think we'll do this as a longer episode, so we'll do the end of the regular season as well as the off season. Arizona to turn to Kevin LeBlanc. He's 30. He looks all right. How do I not have any scouting on him? Isaac Phillips in a 6th. Jack Roslovic. Not at $6.9 million. Lundmark, no. All right, let's go. Yeah, so I'm going to keep an eye on the email and see if anybody else is having trade offers. If anybody else is offering up for players. Jordan Stahl, he's 37. Really good defensively. Vasil Ponomaryov. He looks all right. Good defensively. Off the puck, passing, poke check, work rate, claim. Jimmy Vesey. Got another game today. And it's a 5-2 loss. We get 2 goals from Pasternak. Gross. Yeah, I mean, I think we make the postseason, but McAvoy, LeBlanc to Pittsburgh. Did we get? I mean, he's not here yet. When's our next game? March 2nd. That's right before the deadline's only 2 days away, so. Lots of stuff happening. Player of the month, Dylan Larkin. Reshevsky is the rookie of the month. Larkin, the offensive player of the month. Vasilevsky, defensive. Just a lot of scouting emails. Okay, so we did pick up Ponomaryov. Vasily Ponomaryov. 23-year-old potential. I mean, our scouts like him. Potential 4 stars. He's a center. I mean, maybe that means now we can maybe get a different offer for Harrison, who looks to be pretty further behind and is only a year younger. 3rd round, 3rd and a 4th, 3rd and a 4th, 3rd and a 3rd, 3rd. I got to delete all these, right? I got to reject every single one of them, and every single team is offering me 2nd and 3rd, or 3rd and 3rd, or 3rd and 4th. Ronik Jodoin. His parents were obviously hockey fans. Islanders a 3rd and a 4th. Pittsburgh a 3rd and a 4th. San Jose 2/3. 2/3 from St. Louis. Vancouver a 2nd and a 3rd. What about 2 seconds? Why is he untouchable? Status. What about now? Okay, what about a 2nd, a 3rd, and a 4th? No, wait a minute. I mean, we'll just make the offer. Christopher Tanev doesn't want to resign. Just a regular player is fine. Board confidence. Let's get through March 1st. Jonathan Huberdeau. Look at that contract. Holy hell. No, thank you. No, thank you. When is the is it the 2nd or the 3rd? It's the 3rd. All right, so let's sim. See if we can win this game. This is an important game. And we lose 4-1. Ugh. Okay. Montour. Ooh, all sorts of stuff going on. Okay. I don't really know what we need, though. That's the thing. Like, I'm sitting here and looking at all these players, but most of my first-round pick for Zadorov, really? Okay. A first, a third, and 2 prospects for Jake DeBrusk. Weegar I like, but again, he's got a terrible contract. Zach McEwen is nothing special. Tyson Barrie. This year and next year it's 6.3. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to give up. Van Riemsdyk traded to Vancouver. Brady Shea. Another long-term deal. Jacob Slavin, Buffalo going for it here. That's a lot to give up. Tyson Barrie. I don't want to make a trade just to make a trade. You know what I mean? So I'm just kind of looking at the names that are being offered up. Sean Couturier. Another bad contract. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's much to do here. I mean, does anybody want Marchand? Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen and Akito Hirose? There might be something here. Not from Calgary. A third-round pick for Marchand. Jack Watson, no. 25-year-old goalie. Hunt, no. No. A second and a third for Marchand from St. Louis. Second and a fourth from Vancouver. Alexiev is pretty bad. And not much from Winnipeg. What does... This deal is dreadful. Okay. Well, he's got a no-trade clause anyway, so it's not going to matter. don't know. Whose contracts are up after this season? Contract. What year? We're in 2026. So Drury's an RFA, Jenner's a UFA, Marchand's a UFA, Sarah Bryakov, not much. So it's Sarah Bryakov, Jenner, and Marchand. Yeah, Jenner was really good last year. Hasn't been quite as good this year. Does anybody want Boone Jenner? It's going to be more of the same, isn't it? Yeah, if I can't get better, I'm just going to keep them. Minnesota, no, they want a second to get all that back. 2/3 for Boone from Montreal. Robin Salo, no. 2/4. It's a lot of, like, what do they say? 3 dimes for a quarter. Is that how they put it? Is that how it's phrased? Maybe I have it backwards. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't like any of those deals, frankly. So we're just going to go ahead and sim the deadline. So we picked up during the season this year Jackson Lacombe, and then we just picked up some forward depth as well. So we just picked up Jackson Lacombe in the last episode. He's played 18 games for us, got a game rating of just under 7. And then we picked up Ponomaryov. Probably will be a replacement for Marchand as we go into next season. Yeah, and I think we are just going to go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and sim to the end of the regular season. If we look at the team, we're still in 8th place. We're only a point up on Tampa Bay. That being said, we're not that far out. I mean, we could move back up into this. Third's probably unrealistic. We're, 15 points behind Toronto? We might be able to catch Montreal. I don't know. I mean, we're probably going to land in this 6, 7, 8 position. We got 2 games in hand on Detroit. We're 3-7 in our last 10. It's been a bit of a struggle. I don't really know what the answer is, though. Yeah, I mean, maybe. Zonal, let's play man-to-man. Forward usage. Three-on-three play. We're going to use 2 forwards. Extra attackers should probably set this stuff, huh? Pasternak and Zacha. Yeah, I mean, I'll maybe I'll mess around with this a little bit, but I think I'm gonna kind of put a pin in it here. I'm gonna go ahead and sim to the end of the regular season, and we're gonna sim into the end of the regular season, and hopefully we'll be back with playoffs. So I'll be back in a minute. All right, guys, we're back, and as you can see, we made the postseason. We're gonna be taking on the Toronto Maple Leafs. We finished 7th in the Eastern Conference. That's not what I wanted to do. Eastern Conference, we finished 8th. I take that back. 99 points. We actually finished with a better record than the Islanders, but based on our division, we made it. But we made it last, so 99 points, 46, 29, and 7. Power play looks like it was middle of the pack. PK looks like it was one of the worst. We're going to have to sort that out because that's the second straight year that our PK has been really bad. I'm not really sure why. Our lines are set for the postseason. We're going to go Zacha, centering Pasternak and Konechny. Patra centering Strome and Galimov, Perfetti centering Tolvanen and Marchand, and then Jenner centering Krebs and Lauko. McAvoy and Chychrun, Lowry, Lindholm, Lacombe, and Carlo with Swayman our starting goalie. From a statistics standpoint, Pastrnak ended the season with 46 goals, so that's 5 straight 40-goal seasons, just the 2021 COVID-shortened season. Bounced back, had 92 points a year ago, not quite as good as he was last year. From a statistical standpoint, I mean, his average score was about the same. His shooting percentage was actually up. So, really good season for Pastrnak. Galimov, the rookie, 63 points in 75 games, was phenomenal. Konechny had a great year for us, a 30-goal season for him. Zacha, 46 assists centering that top line. Strome had a really nice season for us as well, a 7.71 game rating. That's, I think, the fourth best on the team. Patra had a nice year, 48 points in 75 games. The average scores, the average game rating is only a 6.6, but those numbers are starting to tick up. I'm excited about what we're going to get from him in the future. Tolvanen had a 30-goal season. McAvoy, 7.86 game rating, 40 assists for him. Perfetti had 22 goals. Lindholm, 35 points. Boone Jenner, 32 points, but was a -9. Chychrun, his first season for us. Not a lot of points, but a 7.34 game rating. I'll take it. Carlo was good. Lauko had 10 goals. Marchand was terrible. Lowry was fine, 6.95. Again, another player that he's 25, so he's probably reached his peak, but an offensive-minded power play type defenseman isn't the worst thing in the world. Goaltending, Swayman, 31, 14, and 4 with a 2.39 and a 920. Serebryakov wasn't particularly good. This will likely be his only season in Boston. The ratings suggest he should be good, but he's not. So we're just going to stick with Swayman and then see what we can do in the offseason. So that's it in terms of kind of where we are and what needs to be done. So I'm going to go ahead and start simming. We're going to get to the series against Toronto. Let's take a look at Toronto first. So they were led by Austin Matthews, no surprise, 103 points there. Tarasenko, a 40-goal season for the 34-year-old Vladimir Tarasenko. Second season with Toronto. He has 83 goals in 163 games for the Maple Leafs. Wow. Came out of nowhere. Looks like he lost 10 years of age, and he's playing like the mid-20s Tarasenko back with St. Louis. Matthew Knies, 75 points. Tyler Bertuzzi, 74. That offense is nuts. 5 30-goal scorers. Marner with 36. Morgan Riley at 64. That is they're top-heavy, but, when everyone on your top two lines has scored, at least 55 points, you're really good. How are they goaltending-wise? Samsonov, 2.67 and a 916. He's okay. Swayman had a better year, so we'll have to hopefully do this with our goaltending. So let's see how the postseason goes. Oh. No. We're not trading Patra. We'll re-sign him in the offseason. All right, so we got a game on the 20th. I can't re-sign him now. The game won't let me. That's the most I can offer him, and that's not what he wants. He wants 9.3 over 3 years. And I can't offer him more than this. So hopefully once we hit the offseason, I'll be able to offer him a little bit more. But as of right now, I can't. So we will just address it come the offseason. Game 1, here we go, against Toronto. Is a 4-3 Bruins win in overtime. Perfetti and Jenner get on the board first. Matthews and Tarasenko tie it. Pasternak for us, Minton for them. And then that's 100 minutes. So that would be in the third overtime. 27 seconds into the third overtime. Perfetti from Tolvanen. That'll work for me. 52 shots on goal for each team. And we take a 1-0 series lead over the number 1 seed in the East. Game 2 is another Bruins win. We take the first 2 games in the Scotiabank Arena. Pasternak, Lauko, Krebs in the first. Matthews won for them. Jenner gives us the 3-goal lead back. Austin Matthews scored twice. But we are up 2-0 over Toronto. Going back to Boston for game 3. And we lose that one 5-3. They were up 4-0. Tarasenko, Robertson, Matthews, Robertson. We got within a goal. Pasternak, Galimov, Marchand, but Matthews would tuck in the empty netter. Thinking about it. All right. What do we got going on here? So the Blackhawks are the best team in the NHL this year. They're down 3-0. Buffalo's up 3-0. Pittsburgh's up 2-1. Seattle's up 2-1. New Jersey's up 3-0. On Detroit. We are up 3-1. We win this one 5-4 in overtime. Konechny for us. Hervinen, and then Jenner and Patra would give us a 3-1 lead. They would score 3 consecutive. Tolvanen scores with about 10 minutes left. And then Marchand on the power play in the second overtime gives us the win and a 3-1 series lead. Game 5 will be back in Toronto. Montreal stays alive. Detroit stays alive. Blackhawks stay alive. The other series are tied at 2. And we knock off the top seed Toronto Maple Leafs in 5 games. We win 5-2. They scored the first 2, and then we unloaded for 5 consecutive goals. Krebs, Zacha, Tolvanen, Pasternak, and Jenner give us the series win. Vancouver wins 4-1. Lauko's out. Perfetti's hurt. Oh, cool. Look at all the injuries. Yay. Krebs led us in points with 6. Boone Jenner had 4 goals in 5 games. Pasternak had 4 goals in 5 games. And Swayman 4-1 with a 2.65 and a 9.18. Not great, but passable. Excuse me. I just had breakfast. I think it's kind of stuck in my throat here a little bit. Buffalo wins the series. New Jersey wins. Nashville wins. We got some time to rest here because there's still some series going on in the East that haven't finished. Pittsburgh and the Islanders. And the Islanders beat Pittsburgh in 6. Seattle and Dallas tied at 3. Oh, it's going to take a second because it's going to kick over to May here. A lot of offers out to... We're back. Sorry, I had to take a quick phone call. Nothing of huge note. Dan Vladar is getting a lot of offers from teams around the country. Is my scouting... Yep, they're all still scouting the draft. Cool. We still don't know who we're playing. We still don't know who we're playing. Will it show us if we go here? I want to look at the playoff tree. We're taking on Buffalo. We're taking on the Buffalo Sabres in round 2. The only one higher seed advanced out of the East. That was New Jersey. Seattle wins, so they advance. Look at Buffalo here in a minute. Rights that are expiring. Anybody I'm super concerned about? Yes. Boys fared. He's not ready, but I don't want to lose his rights. So we'll sign him, and he'll start in Providence or whatever. Nikonov, when did we draft him? 4th round, 2024. I don't know. I mean, he's meh. I mean, sign him as depth for Providence. That's Ty Gallagher. No. Jake Schmaltz. No. Allensbach. Dario Allensbach. Very good defensive-minded forward. I think we'll sign him as well. Cool. So we'll bring in some of that, and that'll just be depth so that we don't have to scramble in case of injury. All right, so we still don't have a game yet, right? When are we playing? We still don't know when we're playing. There we go. All right, Buffalo has got Samuelson, Oostland, and J.G. Pajot on the injured list. They were led in scoring by Tage Thompson this year. Jack Quinn with 45 goals. Jeff Skinner with 30. Tuck with 27. .39 and a 9.2 for Devin Levy. All right, well, we'll see how it goes. Game 1 in Buffalo is a 4-3 Sabres victory in overtime. Zacha, Chikrin, and Perfetti for us. Alex Tuck wins it in the extra session. All right, so we are down 1-0. Just thinking about it still. Game 2. And we win 4-2, so we take 1 out of 2 in Buffalo. Thompson and Tuck gave them a 2-1 lead. Strome, Pasternak, Strome. So Dylan with a couple of goals, and we take home ice advantage away from the Sabres. Game 3 back in Boston. Anything we need to do? So Allensbach, that's fine. We will take that. Gives us some depth. Very good defenseman. Same thing with Boisfair. Boisfair probably doesn't start. I mean, we'll see how the development goes in the offseason, but he's pretty clearly not ready defensively. So he'll start in Providence. Allensbach, though, I mean, hitting off the puck. I mean, I don't think he's ready yet either, but it's not bad offensively. Good off the puck, really good. That means he's good with his stick, good on the face-offs, got a good wrist shot. Yeah, I mean, I don't think either of those guys are going to play a huge role, but for, league minimum stuff, I don't think it's a big deal. It's not very aggressive, a 1. Game 3 at home is a 2-1 Buffalo win in overtime. Jacob Lauko for us. Skinner scored in the second. Dahlin scored in the extra session. So we're down 2-1. New Jersey's up 3-0. Seattle's up 2-1. Nashville's up 2-1. So when the postseason ends, we'll sim up until the beginning of the regular or the beginning of the off season, what's considered the off season, and then we'll do the draft and free agency, and at least the beginning of free agency, and then I'll do the rest of free agency offline. All right, Game 4, one we need. We don't get it. We lose 4-1. We are on the brink. Benson twice, Thompson and Savoy. We get a goal from Tolvanen. Nashville's up 3-1. Seattle's up 3-1. All 4 series are 3-1 right now. We were 1 win away from the finals a year ago. This year, looks like we're going to come up a little short. That's what happens, though, when you get the 8 seed. You got to go through a bit of a gauntlet to get where you want to get. So, just tells us, don't finish in the 8th spot next year. All right, so Nikonov, I guess, gives us some depth. Game 5 is a 3-1 victory, so we stay alive with the win in Buffalo. Konechny, Lauko, Marchand for us. They get a goal from Cousins, and we stay alive. Seattle wins. They move on to the Western Conference Final. The other 3 series are all at 3-2. The Islanders and the Devils. Nashville and Minnesota. Buffalo and Boston. Get to the next game. I went to, back in the early 90s, back before the new Garden, I went to Boston and Buffalo Eastern Conference, probably quarterfinal playoff hockey, and man, that was loud. The old Garden was a loud building. All right, here we go. Game 6 at home. Can we survive? We can, with an 8-2 victory. It was 2-2. We get a hat trick from Pasternak. We get a couple from Zacha, Marchand, Konechny, Perfetti, and we do live to see a Game 7. New Jersey wins. Nashville wins. We're the only series still going on. We do have to win in Buffalo, however. Can we come back from a 3-1 deficit? And if you remember last year, in the Stanley Cup Finals, we were up 3-1 and then lost 3 straight games. So we'll see if we get our redemption this season. Hopefully we didn't score all of our goals in Game 6. Here we go. Game 7. And we do. We come from a 3-1 deficit, and we win it in overtime. Matty Patra. We were down 2-1. Connor Cliffy Hockey gets a goal for Buffalo. I like to see that. Strome ties it. Catton gives them the lead. Galimov scored with 4 seconds left in the third period to tie it at 3. And then 24 seconds in, he scores again. So Galimov scored 2 goals in 28 seconds to give us the victory. And we do advance to the Eastern Conference Finals after trailing 3-1. Let's go. All right. So now we're taking on, I don't have anything I need to do here, so let's read these. Pasternak, 11 points, 8 goals in 12 games. Boone Jenner, 10 points. Konechny, 10. Brandon Carlo, 9 assists. What is going on here with Eli? This line, Tolvanen, Marchand, and Perfetti have been awful. He's a -10 in 12 games. All right, so I got to do something about that. So this line's been terrible. So I like Jenner where he's been. I think we're going to do this. Believe it or not. 2-5-2 and a 9-1-6 for Sway. We are in the Eastern Conference Finals, getting ready to take on the Devils, I believe. Don't know yet. Hasn't started. This is going to end up being a long video. just like the franchise hockey manager video was. I kind of want to get back caught up here. Yeah, we're taking on the Devils and get back onto a somewhat normal schedule. Statistics, scope, regular season. Nico Hischier, 83 points. Timo Meier, 80. Both had 30-goal seasons. Dawson Mercer had 38. Hughes with 62. Holtz with 56. The other Hughes with 50. Jesper Bratt with 48, but that was in 50 games. Dougie Hamilton, 43 points. Their goalies, Akira Schmid, 31-17, 2.40, and a 9.20. So he had a pretty good season as well. All right. Here we go. Game 1 in New Jersey is a 5-2 Bruins victory. We took a 5-0 lead. Marchand on that fourth line picks up a goal. Strome, Perfetti, Patra, Galimov. They get a couple, but too little, too late. We take a 1-0 lead. All right. Marchand's out for about 10 days. Okay, well, that's not good. So he's got to come out, and I guess Drury goes in, right? Drury hasn't played in ages. Can Jenner play the wing? And I guess we'll switch those two. All right, so we have a 1-0 series lead here on New Jersey. Taking home ice away from them as well. Game 2 is a 4-1 Bruins victory, so we have taken control of the Devils here. Patra, Hughes, Tolvanen, Strome, and Strome. So we're up 2-0. Seattle's up 2-0. Game 3 back in Boston. That's 5 straight wins for us. 3 over Buffalo, 2 over New Jersey. Game 3 is a 5-2 win, and we are on the brink. Galimov, Pasternak, Zacha, Galimov, and then Drury. They get Holtz and Meier, but we are up 3-0. Nashville picks up a game in their series. Can we lock this down? Konechny suffers an injury. That's not encouraging. Tell me I got to call somebody up from Providence. 3 weeks. Ugh, that sucks. All right, so Marchand will come in. I don't want to screw with the second line. I think we'll do that. I guess I could put Marchand on the power play. All right, game 4. And we sweep New Jersey, and that's going to give us some time to rest up since this series is 2-2. That's huge. I can't call out how huge that was. Carlo for us, Cotter and Meier for them, Lowry, Patra, Perfetti in the third. Holtz scored with 16 seconds left, but it wasn't enough. And we advanced to our second straight Stanley Cup final. Last time it was as the number 1 seed. This time it's as the number 8 seed. So let's see how we do this year. We're 12-2-2 in the postseason. This is the best run of hockey we've had all season. Strome now leading us in scoring with 17 points. Pasta leads us in goals with 9. Galimov has 10. 2.40 and a 9.18. So his numbers are, right where they were during the regular season. Excuse me. Yeah, so we're going to have a few days here, which is nice. Give our team a chance to get healthy. Seattle's up 3-2. I didn't think we'd make it. I really did. Even before Buffalo, I thought it was probably going to be a first-round exit for us. We were really inconsistent. Started to play better as the season went on, but really inconsistent. Marshawn resumes practice. Right, he was dinged up too. A lot of scouting. Hopefully we have Konechny back by game 1. We might at this point. Sweep over New Jersey was huge. And we're still not playing. It's June 1st. With any luck at all. Oh, series is tied at 3. So this is it. We're taking on the Seattle Kraken in the Stanley Cup final this year. Last year it was Vegas. This year it's Seattle. So back-to-back expansion teams for us. Can we take out Seattle this year? We start on June 4th. He's out for 2 weeks now. That said 10 days before. Now it says 2 weeks. Or did it say 3 weeks? I think it may have said 3 weeks. I think I may be trying to will something into existence that wasn't a reality. All right. And game 1 is tomorrow. And this means we probably don't get Konechny back for this series, which not ideal, but hopefully Boone Jenner can contribute on that top line. Game 1 goes to the Bruins. We win 5-2. Krebs and Lacombe in the first. Melanson for them. Galimov, McAvoy, Marchand for us. Jared McCann for them. And we didn't look at their roster, so let's do that. They were led in the regular season by Burakovsky, 42 goals. Jared McCann had 63 points. Shane Wright, 58 points. Schwartz, 56. Matty Beniers, 55. Bjorkstrand, 50. Yeah, Jagger Furcus had 17 goals. I mean, they look okay. Definitely not the best team we faced in the postseason, but they look okay. Really good goaltending from Grubauer and Shesterkin. Shesterkin 35, 13, and 13, a 2.22 and a 9.27. So very good goaltending for Seattle this year. That's a great combo, Grubauer and Shesterkin. But we're up 1-0. Game 2 is a 4-3 overtime victory for the Bruins. So we continue. So we were down 3-1. We won 3 straight against Buffalo, 4 straight against New Jersey, and 2 straight against Seattle. We've won 9 straight games. Schwartz for them, Galimov, Burakovsky, Drury, and Pasternak gave us a 3-2 lead. McCann tied it in the second. Or is that's the third. McCann tied it with about a minute and a half left, and then Tolvanen towards the end of the second overtime period. So we've won 9 consecutive games. We have a 2-0 series lead headed back to Boston. Game 3 is a 2-1 overtime victory. There is win 10 in a row for the Bruins. Bjorkstrand for them, Galimov in the second, then Drury in overtime, about 4 minutes into overtime, gives us the win and puts us 1 win away from a Stanley Cup championship. These are just making sure that I didn't need to do anything. Like they were coaches or whatever. Certainly don't want a coach's contract to expire prior to Game 4 of the Stanley Cup Final. Here we go. And we lose 5-2. So that snaps our 10-game winning streak and immediately makes me nervous. Galimov and then McCann, Burakovsky, Tolvanen, Schwartzberg. So Burakovsky and McCann each had 2 goals. We go back to Seattle, up 3-1. Konechny is back. Okay. So that means Drury out, Konechny in. What is going on with that power play? I certainly didn't set that up. I don't want to change it because it's working, but I certainly didn't set that up. We don't have Pasternak on the power play. I got to change that. I don't have Zacha on the power play. I just can't. Okay. All right. So Game 5 in Seattle. Chance to close it out. Or do we go back to Boston for a Game 6? Let's see. We do. We win it. There is our Stanley Cup championship. It took us 4 years with the Bruins, but we finally do it. Shane Wright scored for them. Patra for us. Galimov and Strome. Aaron Ekblad gets them within a goal. And then Marchand and Pasternak to put it away. And we are the 2025-2026 Stanley Cup champions for this season. And I will continue on. I want to see if we can repeat. So we'll play at least one more season here with Eastside Hockey Manager to see if we can repeat. The board is delighted. We win the Stanley Cup. Fans celebrate as they should. And now I'm going to just quickly sim ahead to the 20th. I'm going to sim ahead a week. So trading resumes. The NHL entry draft are on the same day. So I will be back in a minute. All right, we're back. It is time for the draft. And we're picking 32nd because we won the Stanley Cup. So Ryan Rubrek is considered the top player. Wow. He's going to be a really solid two-way player. Look at those defensive ratings already. 18 off the puck. Oof. 32nd ranked player is Martin Winter. I don't think we would take him. And I guess we might, but let's start the draft. Okay, so Rubrek goes first. Colorado. Cruz Pavao went number 2. All right. Just kind of going through the list to see if there's anybody here that like I have to have. Some really raw talent in this draft. Yeah, I mean, McKenna is the one I would want, but my guess is he probably goes here at 3. No. Okay. Who's picking 4th? Washington. Okay, there goes McKenna. I was thinking if for some reason McKenna fell to like 5 or 6, then maybe we can make a run at it. But let's go to our pick. All right. So our head coach wants us to take Jan Trefny. Our assistant GM wants us to take David Holtz, an 18-year-old out of Sweden. And our head scout wants us to take Noah Peterson Askling. Ugh. All right, so let's look at know that I have 5 scouts. I only have 4. That's fine. We can look at our... Who's our head scout? Dennis Bonvie? He doesn't have anybody listed. All right, that's fine. All right, so what do we got left here? Pavel Coffin, a 17-year-old with a high work ethic. Don't like any of that at all. Olholm or Uholm, right? That's an oo sound. He's a number 12 prospect or number 12 potential pick. He's still there. Marc-Andre Aubry is not terrible. Good wrist shot. That 20 work ethic is kind of, or work rate's kind of nice. He's listed as a potential 3-star by most of my scouts. No 5-star guys left. Not even many 4-star guys left. Parker Trottier. Not a fantastic draft. Bad defensively. I mean, do we just go Uholm? 2-way forward, second line potential, all around center. Fantastic 2-way talent. Jaw-dropping speed. A busy checker. Needs to improve his physical strength. Yeah, he's got a 19 speed. Shot. I don't know that he ever develops a shot, but there's a lot of yellow there for an 18-year-old. He's got the 16 work ethic. He's uber fast. What do we have for picks? Have we got any? Did anybody make us any trade offers? No. I don't mind taking Uholm. He's little. I mean, little. D- Saki sense, D puck handling. Yeah, there's a lot of D's there. I mean, all of our scouts have him listed as a 4-star except for Brody Bluin. I think we're just going to trust our scouts here. I mean, there's lots of 4-star guys here that we could take as well. Yeah, see, they're all listed as 3 here. So I think we're just going to go with our scouts. We're going to take Ludwig Uholm with the 32nd pick in the first round. We'll sim to our next pick. Mikey Burchild, he was the one from, decent shot, good work ethic, good deke, good off the puck. He doesn't look terrible. David Hoist, 18-year-old winger. Again, not particularly fast. He was somebody we had seen before. I think I'm going to take Burchild. Two-way forward. All of these scouts have him listed as a 4-star guy. I mean, he's 17. He's 6'6". His name is Pavel Coffin. I mean, that's a great name. But I think we're going to go on the offensive side this time, and I think we're going to take Burchild. Not very good defensively yet, or at least not his passing part of the game. Good teamwork, good. Yeah, we'll take Burchild here. And then starting in the next round, we'll start looking at some of these other guys that are listed here. All right, so some of the guys went. They all want us to take Cohen Clausen, 17-year-old left wing. What is a poor man's defensive-minded Taylor Hall? Those are just words that are thrown together that don't mean anything. Engum is a center who can't shoot at all. Doesn't have the speed. Parker Trottier, listed as a 3-star guy. Cullen Gallant. Corpino. They all want us to take this guy. Left wing without much of a shot. It's the highest ranked player left. Philip Mateja. I gotta dig the 20 work ethic, but it's a defenseman who doesn't look terrible. Here's another defenseman, good hitting, good checking, good poke check, good position. He could be a pretty good defensive-minded defenseman. Good for around 5 assists. A+ defense. Yeah, I mean, I think I like Grinnell. I'm sorry, I can't. I just can't. Hollis McDonald. 12 speed. What was the speed on him? 11 speed. He's 6 foot, 187 pounds. I don't know. Not a lot of great talent in this draft, it doesn't appear. 9 speed. 17 speed. He's got a lot of yellow. He's got some good shots. The work rate, the work ethic isn't fantastic. They all think we should take this guy. Attributes. Let's look at defensive. What do we got? A 21-year-old. $18-year-old, 6 foot 2, 198 pounds. Stamina. Attacking. Off the puck. He's got the best shot left. 22-year-old. It's not a surprise. Julian Roddick. Liam Ruck. Here we go. 18 speed, 18 work ethic, 15 slap shot, 18 wrist shot. Liam Ruck. Yep. Liam Ruck, come on down. I don't even know how many picks we have. I feel like we've got a lot. David Tricoci. Left defense. Trayson Ashley. Sawatsky, no. I want blazing speed. Jonathan Bates, 2-star. Kind of looking for a combination of speed and a shot. If I can find that. Oof. Joe Aginla. Has to be related to Jerome, right? Here we go. Steve Cassidy, 18-year-old, 17 speed. There's a lot of yellow there for an 18-year-old. Hockey sense. Yeah, I mean, he's not quite there, but he's not terrible. Aykroyd. Cassidy doesn't feel like the worst pick here. We're going heavy into the offensive side of things. I'm not crazy about taking 20-year-olds or 18-year-olds now. $18-year-old here. Yeah, I think we can take Mateja here. Defense. He's a forward. The forward who's never going to develop, I don't think, enough offensively. Watsky. Here we go. Eric Ginnell, somebody we've looked at already, but he's got good checking, good hitting already, good poke check, good position. He's going to be pretty good defensively. Speed is enough, I think. Yeah, we'll take Eric Ginnell. Kochi Leland Van de Sompel, 17-year-old, slow as molasses. Good ratings otherwise, good shot, good hockey sense. Okay, we'll go with the scout here. We'll go with our assistant GM. I'm all right with that. We're still in the third round. Koche Faruvic, Christian Faruvic, 20 work ethic. Work rate, work ethic, whatever you want to call it. Mateja's still there, so I think we'll take him here. We're still in the third round. Grenstand, Phoenix Owens. That's a great name for a goalie, man. He's 20 and 13 work rates. Owens has the 9 work rate. Yeah, we'll take the goalie. Fourth round. Emisib, 18-year-old. Kamloops, just 17-year-old winger. Super slow, but looks like he has some decent ratings. Now I want to go to attacking. I think now we can start taking a shot at some overagers. I wish speed and the shot was on the same attribute. That would be great. Let's go back to attacking. There we go. This 21-year-old looks okay. I mean, he's terrible defensively, but Nick Spanenko, 21-year-old, decent shot, good passer, decent work rate, good speed. I don't know that he ever develops, but I'll take Cassidy here. He was somebody that we were looking at previously. How many draft picks do we have? Tally Mackey, 17-year-old, can't shoot. .21-year-old goalie, terrible stick handling. Who's got the best glove left in the draft? Skogsman, a 21-year-old. Okay. We can take Lucas Skogsman. Yep, I'll take Skogsman. At least we're in the 5th round now. Physical. Who's the strongest? 20-year-old. Okay. Matthias Gilbert. Yeah, we had a huge number of draft picks. Should be closing in on the end here, though. Jonathan Bates, 20 speed, 17 acceleration. Lon's 21. Stevie Grumley, low work rate. We don't know a lot about him, but he goes to West Virginia. It's good enough for me. 7th round, and that should be the end of the draft. Cool. All right, so now we will sim up to free agency. So one more break. All right, it's free agency. Before we get to free agency, let's go back and look at the awards. So player of the year for us is David Pastrnak. The Masterson went to Clayton Keller. Conn Smythe went to Pasta. Hart Trophy went to Elias Peterson. Jim Montgomery wins the Jack Adams Award. No surprise there. Well, I guess it is a surprise, but he wins the Jack Adams. Kopitar wins the Clancy. Rantanen, the Messier. Rantanen, the Lady Bing. Cam Neely, or me, won the GM of the Year. Macklin Celebrini, the Rookie of the Year. The Calder Trophy. Selke goes to Beniers. Jennings to Shest-Yurkin. Vezina to Lauren Brossoit of the Chicago Blackhawks, 42-16-6. I didn't vote for him. Norris goes to Hedman. Lindsay to Bedard. The Rocket to Pedersen. The Art Ross to Pedersen. Cool. So it's time for free agency. So we signed Boys Fair. We signed Nikonov, which we knew about. Draisaitl's a free agent, it looks like. So what do we need? Look at our roster. All right, so Boys Fair is going to start there. Alan Spock's going to start there. Nikonov's going to start there. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Another one of those forwards that we picked up from Russia, Ilya Safonov. 25-year-old forward, very well-rounded. Yeah, so we pick up another solid player there. It's general. So goalies, we've got Svedback and Swayman, which I'm fine with. Defensemen, Chikrin, Lacombe, Lindholm, Lowry, Vlasic, Carlo, McAvoy. We have our 7 defensemen. Maybe there's an upgrade. I don't know. I don't know where we would plug that upgrade in, to be honest. You know, our bottom 6, we've got Lowry and Lacombe as our 5 and 6. Forward-wise, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we need forwards. I don't think we have anybody in Providence who's ready to come up. Beecher, yeah, he's not there, man. Just not there. Lysel, I think this is the year Fabian gets a shot. Harrison's not quite ready. We have Brunette as that backup. See another? He's the other one, right? Did we just pick him up too? Panamar? No, we picked him up off of waivers, right? So we have, we need forwards. Free agents. Yeah, I mean there are some studs here. Obviously, Nylander and Draisaitl are your top two options. Nylander's coming off 4 straight 40-goal seasons. What does he want? Oh, you know what? No. First thing we got to do is go to. Why can't I offer him more? Don't know why I can't offer him more. I don't know that we need to add a stud. I mean, I can't sit here and complain and say I don't want to bring in a star. I mean, if I can sign a star, why wouldn't I, right? Just looking at some of the younger names that are on here. Not a lot of super young free agents, but that's fine. Draisaitl spent the year in Montreal, where he scored 64 points. Nevich, really good offensively, a couple of 30-goal seasons in a row. I like players like Nick Schmaltz. Good two-way guy. What does he want? I mean, that's not an unreasonable contract from a dollar amount perspective. Has no interest in negotiating terms. Why? I don't understand why. Do we just not have any money? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, are we over the cap? We must be over the cap. All right, so what do? We must be over the cap here. Pasta, McAvoy, Chikrin, Konechny, Lindholm, Strome, Zaka, Swayman, Perfetti. I can't give up that shot. Off. I mean, Lindholm? I mean, to be fair, we're paying McAvoy and Chikrin $17 million between the two of them. Konechny's making $7 million. I mean, what sort of offers can we get for Joey Keane? He doesn't look terrible, but Colton Dock, a first, a second, and a third, along with Jonas Wu. I mean, that's not terrible. It's better than that. Three-star. Forster looks all right. Actually, he looks really good. Edmonton, Lavoie. He's 25, though. No. Seattle wants to give us Eridan and first and a third. I mean, I don't mind this Dallas one so far. Chicago one's nice just because they're offering in a first. I mean, the rights to Jackson Hawthorne, who is an 18-year-old winger, 20 work rate, potential 3 stars. And Anton Forster, who I don't have any scouting on. $6.5 for the next 4. Chicago wants to give us a first, a second, and a third. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Apparently I haven't been on this screen yet. Okay. Right defense. Again, I don't have any scouting on them, so we'll cancel for now. Cancel for now. What about... Strom's only making 5 for this season. I can't give up those offensive. Look at, 18 stick handling, 18 wrist shot, 18 passing. I can't give that up. I mean, that contract probably makes the most sense, but I can't give that up. Safonov, Lauko, Lysel. Tolvin is only making $2 million. I mean, that's nothing. And this Carlo? Maybe Carlo? See what sorts of offers we get for Brandon. Joey Keane in a second. Edmonton a second, a third, and a fourth. And some depth. Florida. Westergaard. And Selleck. Along with a second. Ottawa, Leighton Crow, and Jacques Ryan. Problem is I don't have scouting on many of these players. That might be the one just because it's a first, a second, and a third. I mean, he's a goalie that's meh. Engum is an 18-year-old potential 4-star. Good defense. Lacking the shot, but again, he's only 18. Seventh-round pick this past season. I have no interest in him, no interest in him. What about... What about if I bring back... Need somebody who's not making a lot of money, because that's kind of the whole point of this, right? Logan Morrison. If I added Logan Morrison. Action, player status. We'll listen to him for financial reasons. He's a regular player. Now, what do you guys think of that? We'll just offer it. It's been rejected. All right. So I think the plan here, I'm going to step away. We're not going to do free agency on camera. just because I'm gonna have to screw around with my financials and figure out the smartest way to do things. Because I think we are. Where are we going here? What am I doing? This? Yes. So we are at 86 million. Yeah, we are over the salary cap right now. So I am going to have to move some players. We've got plenty of money for next season, but we're also going to have some contracts that are up. So I'm not sure what the answer is, but maybe Carlo, maybe Lindholm. I don't want to move one of these forwards because then that just creates another hole that we have to fill. But I mean, maybe we can move Strome and bring in a couple players that are cheaper. So we're going to have to see how it goes. I got some moves to make. So the next episode will be a review of the offseason. We'll go through the deals that I've made, the free agents that I've signed, as we look to repeat. So that is going to do it for this episode, guys. We are the Stanley Cup champions, and we get into our season here to repeat. So let me know your thoughts. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.